Hello children, so we are here today to start the 11th unit which has got a play in it, so there is no other poem to follow it. So we will start and try to end up within 2 or 3 modules as required. And when it comes to play, usually we the teachers, we make you demonstrate or dramatize the drama, that is play, in front of your class. But whereas here, since it's going to be a video lesson, I should try to give you as much as information possible to let you all understand the whole story. And this is going to be a very interesting story having a lot of thrill and suspense in it. So the play is If I Were You, written by Douglas James. So all of you please take down the title in your notebook, running notes, and also open your textbook, page number 139. If I Were You by Douglas James. Douglas James is an author who has written many of his, writings based on non-violence. He and his wife, Mrs. Douglas, both of them have even had an NGO which tried its level best to retain the non-violence. So here he had come up with an interesting and also a funny drama which has got only 2 characters in it. So whenever you hear that it's a drama or a play, usually you would think that maybe there are 5 or 8 or 7 characters in it and all, because play usually would require to have good number of characters to entertain the audience, of course. But whereas here, it's only an incident where you see 2 people talking to each other. So only the conversation which was made between 2 people is dramatized. Very beautifully it is dramatized, and we will not be bored, in fact. So let me introduce the characters also to you children. There are only 2 characters, as I said. One is Gerard. Another one is, there is no name referred here and no name given here. Is an intruder. So one is Gerard, another one is intruder. So the drama is If I Were You. So let's talk about the title as well. If I Were You. What do we mean by saying that? When do we say so? Most of you might have seen the cinema Dawn, if I am not wrong. If not of Amitabh Bachchan's recent Shah Rukh Khan's Dawn, you all might have seen it. So you usually might have even felt that it's a double role. Yes. So when the original Dawn, he dies, then the police department would bring a layman who also looks like Dawn in the place of Dawn to let them know about all the secrets of the Dawn and his men working under him. Am I right? So if at all the duplicate Dawn had to say something to the original Dawn, then he can say that if I were you, I would do this, I would do that. So if I were you, it does mean that placing ourselves in others' role. When we take others' identity is also called as if I were you. That's nothing but taking others' identity by placing ourselves into the other's role, other's position. I believe now all of you are ready and clear with the title, if I am not wrong. If I were you, what would I do? So this is what is the play all about, and as I have already introduced, there are only 2 characters. One is Gerard, another one is intruder. So let's talk about Gerard first. Gerard is a man, middle-aged man, who is a playwright. Please take to the word playwright. P-L-A-Y, play. Write is W-R-I-G-H-T, right. So what does this word mean? What do we mean? Who are called as playwrights? Playwrights are the ones who writes the stories and also who composes the dramas. So a playwright is the one who writes and also composes. So one of the greatest examples, if you want me to serve you from English, is none other than the great Shakespeare is one such kind of playwrights. So when I am using the word composing, it does mean that it's included the direction part as well. So here Gerard is as such person who writes the plays, who writes the dramas, and also who directs the dramas, also who composes in the drama. So he completely engaged in dramatization. He involves himself in writing, he involves himself in directing, he involves himself in making all the props ready for the dramas also. So all in one kind of a whole of drama company he would run. Such kind of a person is Gerard. And another one is intruder. Intruder is the one, who enters into the place where he does never seek the permission. So without the permission, without seeking permission of the owner of the house, if one enters all of a sudden into the house, he or she is called as intruder. So entry of somebody, that someone who does never seek the permission of the one and who simply enters it is called as an intruder. Who directly enters in without taking permission is an intruder. Sometimes, we shall even get irritated if somebody interferes so much in our personal things. Then we say that, why are you intruding yourself? It does mean that yes, because we haven't permitted them to interfere. We haven't permitted them to look into our personal affairs. So we do definitely ask them that, why are you intruding? So intrude is to enter in. That can be entered into the house or enter into the personal affairs or any of the matters. So I believe the characters are ready and you understood as well. Another interesting element in this story is Gerard and also the intruder, they look alike. Not exactly like how I said in the Cinema of Dawn, not exactly the same, not a double rule kind of a thing. But their height, weight and almost the physique of both of them, it was matching with each other. That is the important element, children, you should never forget. So the commonality between these two personalities, the commonality between Gerard and the intruder was only something, which was the height and weight and even their physique also was matching with each other. Then the main plot, when we come to the main plot of the story is the intruder, as already I have told you about Gerard that he belongs to the drama fraternity, right? So when it comes to the intruder, he's a criminal who is also a murderer who murdered a police cop. Then his vicious plan, then his wrong thought was to take the identity of Gerard. How is it possible to take somebody's identity, children? It's not possible, right? But to make it possible, he had to do only one thing. What he had planned was to kill Gerard. So it was the plan of intruder to kill Gerard and take his identity, and he would like to settle down taking the identity of Gerard, naming himself as Gerard and live his life happily. So that was his vicious plan. So the plot is clear, characters are clear, even the title is clear. Then we shall start the lesson. Whereas in page number 139, children, they have given you a few words and their meanings as well, and there are a few phrases as well with their meanings. So I want you all to please give a glance at, and I shall call out the right answers. You can just match them in your textbook itself, because writing may not be possible as it consumes a lot of time, children. So as I read the answers for you, you can just please match the words or the phrases with their meanings. So before you read, Gerard lives alone in a lonely cottage. So how does he live? He is all alone. An intruder who is a criminal, that's what I said, enters his cottage. He intends to murder Gerard and take on his identity. Does he succeed? That's what is a suspense. Anyhow, we shall see. So as I said, intruder's main intention was to take identity of Gerard. So did he succeed and all? Let us see. So now you have got around 14 words and their meaning. So please match. The first word is cultured. Cultured means, sophisticated and well-mannered. So that is a dignified, polite, all these words, cultured manner in the sense, dignified, sophisticated and well-mannered. Then count on. Count on is, I counted on in the sense depending on somebody or relying, you believing somebody is called count on. So count on is depend on or rely on. Next one is engaged. Engaged is nothing but occupied or being busy. I'm engaged right now teaching you all online lesson. So I'm being engaged. I'm busy. So engaged is nothing but occupied. Melodramatic, children, another word. Unnecessary and usually harmful exaggeration, exaggerated things, Sometimes, like some of the people, they make the small things also as big issues. Like the silly one also, they consider it as a big issue by adding like imagery kind of words, to make it much more bigger or something. So deliberately they do it messy. So such kind of expression is called melodramatic. Then to be smart, a person who pretends to know everything. As you know that don't act smart, we say, if at all we come across such people who pretends that they know everything and they know everything in the world or something, then we call them as don't and say that, come on, don't act too smart. So inflection is nothing but grammatically, children, we use this word in grammar of English. In fact, whenever we need to convert something or change something, then we usually call it as inflection. But whereas here referring to this contextual meaning, it is nothing but change in the voice. That's a tone we call it, not tone. That is modulation. Then wise guy, like saying that is one too clever. The one who is very clever or intelligent is wise. And a dandy bus is nothing but informal expression for a fashionable vehicle. A fashionable vehicle is called as dandy bus. Tradespeople, trade is business. So business people, businessmen are called what? Merchants. So please write down merchants. Then gratuitous, another word. Gratuitous is nothing but, harmful act. Doing something without any good cause. Harmful act. Then dodge is to avoid. Dodge is avoiding people. When you deliberately avoid somebody, overlook somebody, that is dodge. Lucky break is unexpected opportunity for success. For example, due to this COVID-19, exams are cancelled of 10th class, board exams are cancelled, and they are just given their grades in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana as well. So of course it's a lucky break for the students who were not enough able to pass. Even they passed through. So yes, it's a lucky break. I just have given an example. Then Sunday school teacher, here when you come across the whole play, he would call himself as Sunday school teacher, Gerard. So Sunday school teacher, everything is depending upon the Bible, as I said, based on church and church preachings. So usually the teachers working in schools, they are called to the churches on Sunday with extra pay, where they also offer teaching, where they do extra work there. So that is nothing but to specify about the work of Sunday teachers. Then frame, last word is nothing but trap. Frame is like where you see all the sides closed. So trap is nothing but where there won't be any let out to run away. So that's what is trap. So all these words, why did I give you the meanings, children? Because you will come across the same words once we start reading the play, and so that you can immediately understand the word and its meaning, and also you can replace them with their synonyms, as I have already given a few. So shall we move about, children? As I said, it is only the conversation between two characters, that is one is Gerard, another one is intruder. So I shall just start before the curtain riser, as it is a drama which should be played on the stage, on the dais, right? So they have just given the props and how does the environment needed to be and all. So small cottage interior is needed for the dramatization. There is an entrance back right which may be curtained, so which can be closed. Another door to the left must be a practical door. The furniture is simple, consisting of a small table towards the left, chair or two, and a divan rather upstage on the right. Divan is nothing but a couch kind of a thing, sofa cum bed usually we call it, that kind of thing. Upstage on the right. On the table is a telephone. So another important property which we need to have it when we dramatize is having a landline telephone. And when the curtain raises, Gerard is standing by the table making a phone call. So as soon as the curtain raises, how does the drama start? As soon as the curtain rises up, you will see Gerard standing on the dais at one of the corners of the dais, speaking over phone to somebody. That's a landline phone, as it is not a mobile. So he needs to stand at the place where the phone is kept. And he is of medium height. So now they are describing about his physique. How does he look? Medium height. Neither he is too tall nor even he is too short. He is medium of height. And wearing horn rimmed glasses. Horn rimmed glasses. They're like old fashioned glasses, like which will have wider and a broader frame of the glasses. And he's dressed in a lawn suit and a great coat. He dressed like they have given the description about his own dressing also, because once we start dramatizing, we also need to have the same attire also. So lawn suit and a great coat. This is long suit and also a great suit. They have just given it. If at all you look at, the pictures given in your textbook, you will understand. He was like, maybe we will need to assume that he was maybe getting ready to go out on some work. He was not completely ready, but he was just getting ready, as he was still in a lounge coat. In the sense, he was in a casual dress. Then as he started speaking, saying that, yes, well, tell me to phone up directly. I must know. Yes, I expect I will still be here, but you must not count on that. In about 10 minutes time, right ho, goodbye. So count on, we have already come across the word. It's to rely. So usually, when we promise somebody that we shall start in 10 minutes of time or something, and in meanwhile, again, if at all we receive a call from somebody, and if we fail to start as we promised, then we say that, yeah, please don't count on. I may reach a bit late. So please don't rely on my word. I may reach a bit late. So that is what he was telling to somebody. He was just talking over phone. At that moment when he was completely engaged talking over phone, an intruder enters into house. Intruder is the one who enters directly without the permission, with rude entry. So he puts down the phone and goes to the divan on the left, where there is a traveling bag. Yes, once whatever we assumed is right, he was getting ready to go out, and immediately as soon as he put down the phone, he immediately went to the divan, that is a couch, sofa cum bed kind of a thing, where there was a traveling bag. And he starts packing. Whilst he is thus engaged, another man, similar to build to Gerard, enters from the right silently. As Gerard was busy packing his bag, from another entrance, who was looking alike Gerard only, with the same physique and with the same height and weight, enters from the other door. And silently he entered in, revolver in hand. So the only change was, like, Gerard was busy packing and the intruder came into the house taking a revolver in his hand. He is flashily dressed in an overcoat and a soft hat. And how was he looking? There's a picture given in your page number 139. Children, please look at. Long coat, having a hat on his head, holding a revolver, and flashily dressed, in the sense he was looking so crazy. He was looking so peculiar, specific. And he bumps accidentally against the table. Bumps in the sense he jumps. As he entered so quickly, he bumps, he dashes. And at the sound, Gerard turns quickly. As soon as Gerard could hear that sound, as he was bumped, as he had dashed to the table, then by listening to that sound, by hearing to that big sound, immediately Gerard turns towards. And Gerard said, "Why, this is a surprise, mister?" So pleasantly. This is something wonderful, children, whereas here, if at all, you or I face this kind of situation, we may be shocked to see somebody just entering into our house, that to a stranger. But whereas here, though Gerard could see a stranger entering into the house, he was not shocked, and moreover, very pleasantly, he asked that, "Why, this is a surprise, mister?" So he said that, mister, because when we do not know somebody, we usually politely to inquire, what is your name, we cannot directly ask, right? So we can just say that you are Mr. Then automatically they will fill the blank. So this is how he started the conversation. And in the next session, children, we shall continue the conversation, where you find each and every element very interesting, and you would love to go ahead with the reading also. But I would like to leave you a good homework, children. Please read the whole play at home whenever you are free, and do complete. And also I shall be serving you a worksheet. Please do attempt all the questions without fail. So let's meet in the next session to see what goes on between Gerard and Intruder. This is Vijaya signing off.